actor becomes a star, he suddenly becomes so aware of people are watching him. Obviously there are left profile, side profile, there's that, whatever, glamour, everything is sub temporary hai yaar. I think what's going to stay is the kind of roles you play. Days when I want to give up. But what happens to all those millions of people who look up to me? If I'm being nice to you, please don't push me to be someone that I don't want to be, because I'm not afraid to be that person. So in a world of, there's so much real thing, there's so many real people around, but they're just so afraid to be real. When I go for my workout, somebody said that, oh, this is your problem, right? I said, no, that's your problem. This is my strength, because people pay to get that and I have it naturally. Why are you not? If I'm embracing it, what's the problem with you? What are your beauty standards? I mean, wait, hold on. It took you Kim Kardashians to realize how sexy the curves are? I mean, look at Indian women, oh my God.
In this episode of Women of Today, I'm in conversation with a person who's an inspiration to those actors who wish to transcend to various viewing platforms. She's a woman who actually wears both her confidence and her vulnerabilities with grace and dignity. Hello, this is Hesha Chimah, and joining me today for a conversation is my Women of Today, Mrunal Thakur.
Oh, how wonderful. I love the introduction and how gracefully you said it.
Oh, you know, I think I've meant every word that I've said, because I was not planning my introduction when I was coming here and I'm talking to you. And the minute I sat there, and every time I've heard you, and even before when I've spoken to you, I have this energy exchange of thoughts with you.
And I'm just so proud of you for all the great things you've been doing. And sometimes it just doesn't feel like an interview. Like, even though after a long day, I feel like it's so nice to have a conversation over the kind of work we do and, you know, our achievements. And sometimes it's so important for us to just give a tap on our backs and just be like, okay, I did it and I've come this far to not just come this far, and there's something more I have to do and inspire many women out there who are so afraid and hesitant to take those decisions in their lives. And it's also absolutely okay to make those mistakes, So just own it, live your life. Life is too short.
Life is too short.
Yeah.
And you know, that is exactly what I wanted to start off this conversation with you also about, is that I want to know, Mrunal, for you, not just as an actor, but as a person, what was that moment in your life or a particular role that you did or an experience that changed you as a human being that you are?
I think it began from the very first film of mine, Love Sonia, when I played Sonia, and I just realized that it is so important for us to be kind. And I just realized that if I can be if I can play a character which would bring this society, make this society a better place to live in, why not? That just felt really good about, you know, that yes, like that's why if you see the kind of choices that I've made in the movies, when it comes to say Super 30, it's about education. When it's about Batla House, it's about an encounter which actually happened, and you know, then it's Dhamaka, where this woman who's so feisty and she's so not apologetic about her profession. She's not afraid about to be on the site where, you know, there's an attack or there is bomb, or be it Ananya from Tufan, who's so progressive and believes in humanity. So I think so for me, the journey of Sonia, where it ended, from there Supriya took over, from there Nandita took over, from there Sita took over, from there Yashna took over. So my journey is from Sonia to Yashna. It's just growing, and I think I'm just like becoming wiser day by day. And that's probably where all these characters help me in my personal lives as well. Like in my head, if I'm in a situation and I feel like, oh no, I'm stuck. So I'm like, but Yashna was also in a similar situation, what would she do? But Sita also did that. If she can do it, why can't I? So it always helps you, these characters help you, and it's just beautiful, Like, this journey has been incredible, and I'm so proud that it is my journey.
You know, why, like, Hesha, the me, wanted Mrunal, the you, in Women of Today was primarily because of this main reason, which I feel that we both are humans who also reflect a lot upon what we've done in life, what probably we can, you know, move forward and do things and achieve. I want to know, according to you, Mrunal, as a person, what makes your performances incredible or forgettable in your own head?
That's because, you know, there's something called vulnerability. When an actor becomes a star, he suddenly becomes so aware of people are watching him. Obviously there are left profile, side profile, this, that, whatever. That constant, that thing, you know, of people watching us, you have to be better, you have to, because expectations have. But when I'm on a movie set, I just forget who I am, yeah. Like, I sometimes even have to, it's tough for me to get out of the character, and I've been trying really hard. But at the same time, it's a very tricky, it's very tough to explain it to you. But all I can say is when I'm a possessive lover. Like, I love my characters. I'm not talking about that lover, but I'm only talking about this lovers. Like, be it Yashna, be it Sita. When I get into the character, I have this constant conflict between Mrunal and Yashna. Because I do not want people to see Mrunal. I want people to see Yashna. Because jab wo, and truly, I actually want my audience to come watch the movie for the characters I play. Because जब वो स्टार बन जाता है ना, फिर वो कहीं ना कुछ तो मिसिंग होने लगती, फिर वो vulnerable नहीं रहते वो. And sometimes it starts looking like, oh, I'm just pretending for the camera. I don't want that. So I always try to keep Mrunal aside and Yashna aside, and I work like जैसे पार्वती जी ने Lord Ganesha को बनाया था अपने हाथों से. That's how I want to make my characters.
You mold yourself.
You mold yourself, and you add all those ingredients, all those characteristics. And sometimes the word attitude is always perceived wrong. Why is that so? Someone's attitude could be right as well, and but the word itself कि उसका बहुत attitude है यार. But we need to embrace these qualities, like be it jealousy, be it insecurity. Like, there's one beautiful thing in Jersey. There's this thing where the baby's born and he forgets my birthday. I'm jealous. I mean, my husband, who, like, we were so thick, we were so close, we were so, like, into each other, and suddenly a baby has come, and it's normal to feel jealous because I know it's your own baby, but that's a quality, and that's what human tendencies are. So I just want all these navras to be included and sprinkled in these characters, and I do it very fondly. I love it. It's my favorite thing to do, and I just want to make sure that whenever on screen I watch these characters, you don't see any similarities between Mrunal and Yashna.
But then, tell me, how do you stay so intellectually aware and conscious in an industry where sometimes appearance and glamour can take more weightage than the actual performance that one can bring to the table?
I leave that up to my team. And honestly, this glamour, everything is sub temporary hai yaar. I think what's going to stay is the kind of roles you play, the respect the respect you earn from people, because respect can never be asked. It can always be given. And trust me, the best thing about my industry is getting a call time and being on a movie set and acting. The most toughest part is to manage all the things around it. But I've been fortunate enough to have some really incredible team who are in sync with me and are totally aligned with what I want to do, how I want to do. There was a time where I just want to say, I would say, like, ज़्यादा पियारा गिरा नहीं. And then let your work speak for yourself.
But then what is Mrunal not like between action and cut? We know you how you are, but other than that, aap kya ho?
There are days, where I'm an overthinker. I'm constantly overthinking.
That makes the two of us.
That's like all of us. Yeah. Most of our generation, we overanalyze things. But I am also somebody who would really respect that time that I get between action and cut, and I would really like if people would respect me in return and just value my journey because that transformation from Mrunal to Yashna is not easy. You need certain moments, like a fraction of seconds to get into it. But sometimes people just think, "Arey actor hai, kar lega." No, yeah, we're still humans.
Yeah. That's why emotional intelligence is so important.
So it is so important, but it's also funny because if you are emotionally intelligent in one room and others are not, then it just feels like, oh my God, like,
why aren't you getting my plight?
No, sometimes I'm like, why am I so intelligent, yaar? Because it's so tough to match everybody's pace, and then there are moments where it's just like, okay, hey, हमसे नहीं हो पाएगा, हम बस चुपचाप, we'll just find a corner, put my music on, and just like find my peace.
Are you somebody who's sensitive?
Very. I cry a lot in movies. I'm very sensitive. But I think it is important for an actor to be sensitive, because if he or she is not sensitive, then it's a serious problem. It's a serious problem.
How are you so in touch with your vulnerabilities? And so expressive about it also from time to time. I think that takes a lot. Like most of us might be vulnerable behind closed doors, but I think it takes a lot of bravado to sometimes come out and talk, so as people can take some inspiration from you here and then. Like I do take inspiration looking at your posts.
Thank you. See, there are days when I want to give up. But what happens to all those millions of people who look up to me? So I'm not giving up. It's not my end of story. It's like I'm breaking so many hearts over there. I mean, sometimes like I think like, okay, this is my last, and I have said this multiple times, this is my last film, I'm not doing it, I'm like, okay, no, I cannot stay away from, this is the love of my life. There will be problems, but there will be characters like these, you know, who would know what all problems I went through when I was filming this process.
Exactly.
What matters is people just cherish. It's like when a woman conceives a baby and the problems and complications she goes through, but when the baby is born, when you look at the face and you just forget everything. I think that's what happens to me when my movies release and when my characters are appreciated. But having said that, there are days where I feel like I am born to break all the rules, carve a niche for myself and set an example, and I don't want to be fooled, or like I don't want people to fool me and exploit me, which happened a lot. But at the same time, I'm talking about like money matters and, you know, role
issues.
I'm not talking always.
Of course.
But at the same time, I feel like it's so important for me to stand up for what I believe in. And girls who usually हाँ में हाँ मिलाते हैं सबके, वो easy होते हैं, like, and the girls who have a point of view, they are considered often as difficult. They are difficult. They're not difficult. They're just precise. And it's really not nice and kind to name somebody or call someone difficult. It's only when people who worked with me said, hey, I heard you're very difficult. I said, हाँ क्या sir, करते हैं काम. And now they're like my best friend. They're like, who the hell said that?
कौन है ये जो rumor spread कर रहा है?
पता नहीं. But ठीक है यार, जो भी है, everyone has their own way, experience, and I don't know what is their agenda. But all I want to say is that I want to be nice, provided you be nice to me. A person doesn't change because he or she wants to change. It's the circumstances that allows that person or forces that person to change. So if I'm being nice to you, please don't push me to be someone that I don't want to be, because I'm not afraid to be that person. So in a world of, there's so much real thing, there's so many real people around, but they're just so afraid to be real. There are times that there are standards that are being set, and we all want to like, we all appreciate the fake things, where, and then you say, अरे तो प्यार ही नहीं है यार, आप इतना प्यार है, आपको लेना ही नहीं प्यार, तो what's so many people come out to me and they say, अच्छी फिल्में बनती नहीं है. And then I ask them, have you seen Sita Rama? I'm not saying it because I'm a part of it. I genuinely think it's a really nicely made film. Nahi yaar, I'm like, I said, okay, then this is a conversation we must not have.
True.
Then don't crib.
That there's no good content there to watch.
Yeah.
But Mrunal, if I have to ask you, what does love mean to you? What does love mean to Mrunal?
It's the moment that you're in. It's love the definition can change for person, like it can differ from person to person. For me, love also means looking out for each other, standing up for each other, and supporting each. It's not like we fall in love. We should rise in love. We should. I think I remember love can be I think what is sexy for me to be in love, you know, what is that sexiest quality when you're in love is the fact that you can have endless conversations, discuss, no matter how tired you are, when you come back home and you say, honey, I'm home, and you know what happened on set, like no matter how exhausted you are. And the fact that you are able to have that conversation with each other without adding filters to it, it's just like, I didn't like it, I don't like this. But just because I don't like it, that doesn't mean that you would stop doing that. Like, if I love somebody and if that person says that, Mrunal, you being an actress and doing intimate scenes on screen bothers me, I said that's okay and I'm really sorry about it, but this is also my work. I will try not to kiss on screen as much as I can, but there are certain scenes which demands it, and there's only so much in my control. If it is possible in my hand, I would just not show intimate scenes on screen because Indian culture is not raised like that.
Yeah.
What happens is when we suddenly inculcate the Western culture, and for them love happens when the first kiss happens. No. I met a couple in New Jersey who kissed after their wedding. It was so beautiful. And then they're this roomie. I mean, I don't know which part of the country they were from, but they fed me this Turkish sweet and coffee, and they told me how they met. They met when they were 18, and I think that's love. That's beautiful, that you can rely on each other, and it's not always that it's about that sexual tension. It's also about companionship. It's about I'm not with you because I have a child. I'm with you because I want to be with you.
Yeah, and madly, deeply. I say मुझे मोहब्बत करनी है.
And then फिर कुछ soulmates कहते कि oh, I'm your soulmates, but I can't do this. Oh, hold on. If you were my soulmate, you would be with me.
Yeah.
Then that's not your soulmate.
Then that's not your soulmate.
Keanu Reeves once said, if you don't fight for your lover, what kind of a lover you are?
You are. Wow, deep. I'm going through something similar, so I can very much relate to what you just said. So that's why मैंने phone भी रख दिया aside, because I'm like, questions aside, I'm just hearing Mrunal.
See, just like Yashna and Viraj, if it is meant to be, it will happen. You will keep meeting that person over and over again in spite of breaking up 1,000 times. But if you're meeting that person, there's a reason why you're meeting that person.
Yeah.
And what I learned from Yashna is, I love Viraj more than yesterday and less than tomorrow. So that there's this phrase which I felt like so connected and so like beautiful, you know.
Yeah.
So that was my one-liner for Yashna.
You know, Mrunal, I want to ask you, in an industry where being relevant is very important, I feel like people are there sometimes who try to make themselves relevant, sometimes they organically become relevant. I want to ask you, Mrunal as a person, does she take labels and relevance seriously?
It's not important. You don't need to be relevant. As long as you are staying true to yourself and your art, things will fall in pieces. I mean, at places like, look at Zeenat Aman. Oh my God, Zeenat ma'am is absolutely nailing it and owning it. I just realized that there are, like when I go for my workout, somebody said that, oh, this is your problem, right? I said, no, that's your problem. This is my strength because people pay to get that and I have it naturally. Why are you not? If I'm embracing it, what's the problem with you?
Yeah.
And you being a trainer, you shouldn't be saying that to me, which is so shameful.
Yeah.
And I don't think I would ever want to train with you because and that's my first class, and that's not the way you begin your workouts with. I do my workout because I love working out and I want to be fit internally. There's certain things about your body type you can't really do because it's just the shape that you are in. I don't see, and I'm also seeing this love, that why are women who are naturally Indian, curvaceous body, who are voluptuous, are being discriminated and being put down and let down? Why? What are your beauty standards? I mean, wait, hold on. It took you Kim Kardashians to realize how sexy the curves are? I mean, look at Indian women. Oh my God. You guys need to really seriously discuss this beauty standards and what we are. Anyway, that's a whole
different conversation. I've battled body image issues myself, so I kind of relate to that. And I had this chat with Sushmita when I spoke to her, and she told me, she's like, no,
you do what you feel like. I mean, it's your body, you know. Just own it. And I think what is important is when you realize, when you hit that age now, like I've turned 30 and I feel like ये सब मोह माया है.
Mrunal, I'm 33.
But trust me, I've realized like the simpler is the better. Like there was a time where there was Orkut, there was Facebook, and now there's Instagram. Similarly, body-wise, if you see, there was the curves were like Marilyn Monroe's time. The curves were really appreciated. We really appreciated Indian body, like Smita ji. We found her extremely sexy. Oh my God! Even be it now then Sridevi ji or Madhuri ji, you know, and I think now suddenly we started adapting many other cultures where zero size became the thing, or dieting became a thing. You diet, you eat healthy food, but not at the cost of putting your health at a bigger risk. And I think I'm just owning myself. I own my thick thighs and I have no regrets. If I don't, you shouldn't have either.
I think that's my parting note with you, Mrunal. I feel you've left me with so much to absorb and take back, and I'm so glad that I could have you as one of my women of today.
Thank you.
Lots of love to you. More
Pleasure's
power to
all
you.
mine.
I never want you to not be there where I can watch you on cellulite or at the comfort of my home. So keep doing more movies.
I will.
As I even said in my introduction, keep oscillating from various mediums, because I feel that's where you carved your niche, and I think there are many who look up to you for that.
Thank you. I'm so happy to end this interview on this note, because sometimes I do keep asking myself, have I carved a niche for myself yet? But thank you. These are the interviews I look forward to, because that's what makes an artist really feel like this is the reason why they were born for.
Thank you, Mrunal.
Thank
Lots
you.
of love to you.
Lots of
Always,
love.
forever.
And to these people, please do what you want to. Please don't get influenced by this 24-hour story culture. It's a vicious world, and just do what you feel is right.
Thank you, Mrunal.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.